your video is on. Let me go ahead and unmute you. Perfect. Okay. I know this is new for you and this distant learning is going to take a little bit to get used to, but thank you so much for being so positive and always having such a great attitude. All right, let's jump right into our lesson plan. We have a Prime Mill TikTok challenge I need you to complete. I need you to mill out a CEREC zirconia block for tooth number 19 in 4 minutes and 2 seconds. You got this, Prime Mill. I'm here for you.
And good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, look,
Good.
Was that an opening or what?
It was. Oh my gosh, we had to change it. I just like as dynamic as our guest is today. There was no way I was going to have us riding motorcycles and walking dogs. She was going to spark us up today. So thank you, Shivi Gupta, in the house.
Morning.
Dr. Shivi Gupta. Now, I have to share something because I was doing some research last night. And you and Todd have something in common. Do you know what that is?
San Antonio, Texas.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yes.
So you understand cowboy boots, those shirts that Todd has where he has that snap.
The pearl snaps.
The pearl snaps, and you understand the hats, and you're in San Diego, which is one of my favorite places on earth. What led you down to San Diego?
Well, actually, just weather. I mean, weather's always played a big role in my life. I started in Canada. It was too cold, and then I was in San Antonio for a couple years. I did a residency there and practiced there for a little bit. And honestly, we were just like from cold to too hot. And then we decided to come here for this sunny and 72 perfect weather.
Well, it sure showed up with your TikTok. That was definitely great. Well, you are part of the Epic Ladies, and Todd and I are huge fans of you folks. And there's a lot of love out there for you this morning because all your Epic women are watching.
Yes, they
with
are.
A lot of other people. Yeah. And I love, you and I have something in common because I talk to my machines all the time. They're, you were talking to your Prime Mill, and that was so great. And you're a CADCAM artist. I've watched some of your work online, and you're so gifted. How are you handling this downtime? Because you want to get back. I can see that energy in you. How are you dealing with this? How are you talking with your team? Give a little encouragement and hope to our viewing audience.
Well, we're so used to spending all of our time with our team, and we know their families so well. We're such a close group. So we have a WhatsApp thread, and we share pictures just so we can keep up with our family, celebrate their birthdays still together, and just keep up that way. And personally, I mean, it's really busy. I have 3 kids, and I'm going to be honest, I'm enjoying this time. I'm getting a chance to swim with them, watch movies, try and attempt to help them with their distant learning. That 5th grade math is no joke.
Yeah.
And I've, played some stress-free rounds of golf with my husband. Normally, our weekends are so jam-packed with activities and birthday parties and sporting activities that I've been able to just really relax and enjoy nature and a little friendly competition with him as well.
What is his name? What is his name? Your husband?
Abe.
Yeah.
Abe.
He already sent some hearts to you, and he said, "Looking great from your biggest fan."
Oh, we
I love you.
it. Oh, that is
so sweet. Oh my
He
goodness.
Is. He's always
and your team is here too, Brooke.
Oh,
good for them.
They're throwing those hearts out there. I love it.
Yeah. And Jessica. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to. Yeah, well,
no,
so
I was saying that he's always heard about this community, my husband, and I mean, he's in plastic surgery, so he goes to his events, and I go to my events, and he's never attended any, but he hears about my Epic friends, and hears about, our San Diego group is amazing too. Remo runs this amazing study club, and this year I got the opportunity to speak at DS World for the first time, so He came,
Congratulations.
and I had all my Epic girls in the front row cheering me on, and my husband right in the middle. So it was really fun.
That is awesome.
You folks are a movement in this CADCAM profession, and it's going to change it for the positive because you just have this sense. And I had to, Todd, I have to read something now because I'm thinking. Do you mind if I just kind of ad-lib here a little bit? Because it's all about enthusiasm. And this is a quote I got from Dale Carnegie this morning. Flaming enthusiasm backed up by a horse sense and persistence is the quality that most often makes for success. And I see that with the Epic ladies. Now, let me talk about horse sense because my wife did graduate work in psychology, and I did some of the classes, field work with her, and it was about learning about horses where they can sense things from 100 yards away when they're not even looking. And that's the sense that we need right now around with our surroundings and everything. But it's the enthusiasm that really makes a difference in how you apply what you sense. And I think that's what you have, Chevy. I see that in your energy and all that. So as you think about preparing to come back, what are you folks doing in communication and setting up a mind frame with your office and your team coming back to this practice again?
Yeah, I think, initially we'll stage and stagger the patients a little bit. All the doctors, we have 3 doctors in the practice, and we all see one patient at a time. So I think that's going to help us. And we'll like before the shutdown, we were having patients wait in the car. We'll probably continue to do that for a little while, either text them on Revenue Well when they're ready to come in, or maybe have the front office take some fun signs out and be like, we're ready for you, or 5 more minutes, or something fun, just to keep it fun. And in our office, actually, we use headsets. So anytime the hygienist or the assistant is ready to walk a patient up to the front, they send a message, and depending on which front office member's ready for them, they direct them to come to them. So that's going to allow us to really help direct the flow, minimize patient contact, and just keep less people in one area at one time.
Well, let me follow up with something. Did I understand correctly that even prior to this event, you just saw one patient at a time?
Yeah, we do. We just see one patient at a time.
I made that transition 20 years ago, and that's probably why I'm still practicing, because I didn't like running the rooms. I did that for like 10 years, and I started getting tired because it wasn't the clinical dentistry. It was the emotional side of things. And I like to connect with my clients. And, it's almost like a relationship or speech. You want a good entry in the relationship with your client. You want to do your procedure. And, we're all picky about stuff, right? So we don't want to be interrupted and multitask. And then you want them to leave in a good way. And I went to that one patient at a time, and that's been the best thing I've ever done in my career. And I think we're all going to need to do that for other reasons when we all come back.
Yeah, it's really nice to give that focus time, and the patients, they can really feel it too. They know.
Yeah, they do.
If you have 3 doctors in your practice, right? Is that what you said?
We do. Yes.
And you have one CERC machine. How do you run that? I wouldn't be very giving to my fellow colleagues.
The assistants are amazing at it. They communicate back and forth. Did you scan yet? Are you ready to send it over? Have you designed yet? But we just added the software to the OmniCam as well, so we can use that. But I mean, everybody wants the prime scan. So.
Well, naturally, and then you had the prime mail, as we saw in our entry, and you're liking that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I only got to use it for 2 weeks, but yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes.
The speed on that thing. When I first heard the engines on that thing, it was like one of these high-end cars just warming up, where you hear it in a parking lot and it's special.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, it was funny. We talk about community, and I got it, and within an hour I wanted to use it, and I was trying to load up the Katana block to, enter it because the barcode, the scanner wasn't working yet. And it wasn't working. So I did what I normally do, and I reached out to my Epic ladies, and within 2 minutes, I had my friend Karen Halperin FaceTiming me, telling me what to do. I just had to add a space bar or something like that. So yeah, it was really easy to use right away, though.
I don't know. I gotta ask a request here because I was watching the video of your epic event down in Florida, Orlando, wasn't it? And you guys were describing that you folks actually take breaks from your patients to text each other if you have a question or something. I need to be in on that feed. I'm sure I can learn a few things. I love it.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how did you come into CADCAM in your career?
Well, back in 2010, we moved to San Diego in 2004, and I associated with a couple of doctors at the time, learned a lot. And then in 2010, my husband was building out his plastic surgery office in a new building. And fortuitously, there was another dentist starting his scratch practice at the same time, Tony Hatch. He's my partner. And he's the one who introduced me to CADCAM, actually. And he was so excited about it.
Yeah.
And I literally, he trained me a little bit, then I took a ton of training and I just went with it. I mean, I loved it, changed my life, my career. I mean, it's just, I really didn't, I love dentistry. I love working with my hands. I love everything about it. I don't know. I knew it could be this exciting, I mean, probably so much to do with the community as well. I mean, it's it's amazing.
Yeah. And look at the friends you developed along the way, and you're with this force of the epic ladies that will change the face of dentistry. That's really interesting that your husband, as a plastic surgeon, I work a lot with plastic surgeons in my aesthetic career and have learned so much from their literature on facial features on that. So you folks must have some really good conversations about aesthetics, and that helps me understand why your work looks so well. It really looks nice on there.
So sorry, James, how do you see your practice coming back? Is it going to be really fast paced, or are you going to space it out? Do you think there's going to be a lot of people actually wanting to come back into your practice? What is your area like, you think?
I think it's going to be really busy in hygiene, especially if we're staggering patients and there's already so many people that want to get in and get their teeth cleaned. We've been rescheduling out to, we're rescheduling once a week, and we started rescheduling till May. Now we're rescheduling into June. And I would say 75 to 80% of the patients are rescheduling. Some just are unsure about childcare, so they're not sure what to do right now. But I think most are rescheduling, and we're still scheduling full. So when we actually open up and have to start staggering, I think it's going to be a lot of patients in there. I'm keeping positive.
Yeah, just I was thinking about that. Yeah, just trying to make up the hygiene. We're going to have to call in some extra help on that because we pre-schedule every hygiene patient, and we kind of know where our hygiene schedule is. And I think that's going to be the secret to making sure everyone is taken care of. One thing I'm having to deal with is I have a lot of elderly clients, and we're looking at that. Trying to get caught up with our understanding of this process so they're always staying safe. No, that was a really good point. I know your office is very well managed, and you folks have incredible systems. So you folks you communicate with intercom systems.
Yeah,
huh?
everyone wears a walkie-talkie. The doctors, we keep our walkie-talkie at our desks. So, but the assistants know if we're in like the break room, or if we're doing a hygiene check, then the hygienist will let us know that our crown's ready, or, anything. Just somebody's in a consult room waiting for us. So it's really efficient, really nice.
Shivi, let me ask you a question. Vanita asks, ready, ready, ready. What does that mean? What does that mean?
She's a best friend and a patient and a dentist, actually.
Oh, wonderful.
It means when the hygienist is completely done, they're waiting. They're like, doctor, get over here and do your exam.
I'm ready, ready, ready.
Yeah.
Our hygienist has a little bell. She just rings the little bell and I come running.
That works too.
I got to tell you guys, we're getting more comments than we have on any of our videos. And I can tell you one thing, Shivi, just by reading the comments that are coming through. I can't keep up with them, actually. You have a lot of people that love you. It's an amazing thing. And I'm glad you're on our show. So thank you for coming. So.
Oh, thanks. My cheeks are hurting from smiling so much.
There you go. Well, that comes easy. I made a comment on another broadcast here about one system we use is Opera DDS, which is an internal texting. And so in our office, we all have iPhones, which is kind of neat because I can be working on a patient and I'll just feel my iPhone buzz and I can look right there and there's a message. And but I think calling our team members, we even have another system that I have a little red button and there's another watch my team wears that will actually vibrate on their hands whenever I need them. So there's a lot of ways to make efficiency happen, and I like a really clean show when we're working. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate running behind schedule. I've never gotten over that.
Well, we all run the practice similar, so we all see one patient at a time. And if you're running behind schedule, that's not acceptable. So we got to be on time. And so I think that's the efficiency. A lot of offices that run multiple operatories at the same time, number one, that's okay. I'm not saying that's a bad way to do it. It's just that a patient can feel when you're rushed. A patient can know when you stop doing something to go take care of somebody else. And, I think the three of us are looking at what is the patient experience more than anything. And you can't run behind. You got to be ready to go. So, and we got to be ready to go to do some TikTok shuffles as well. I need to know more about this because and one, I'm not doing it. But two, didn't you challenge some people to do this? Tell me about that.
I did. We do all these Keep Sarahing challenges, and I love them. So, Christine Allen, Karen just put one out. Share your favorite Sarah case, and we do it. So I thought, come on, we're in quarantine. We're all outside walking. There's staircases all over the place here. Let's do a TikTok challenge. And, I didn't get a single one back from my
I did see Dr. Mona Patel do TikTok. Did you see hers?
I'm not sure. Maybe. She didn't do the staircase shuffle. That one I want her to do. But
you know what? You could train me for my whole life, and I wouldn't be able to do the staircase. That was amazing, that coordination so you guys have.
It's fun. I mean, the reason why I went on originally to TikTok was just to follow my kids. I want to make sure, make sure what they're doing, their content's okay, make sure, they're not public or anything like that. And now in quarantine, they want me to do it with them. So as long as my kids want me to do stuff with them, I'm going to do it.
Jessica Alexander says Dr. G is the TikTok queen.
Yeah, I have a question with the one you did with your family. How long did it take for you to master that? Every move you had was totally synchronized.
Actually, no. It was only I think it was our third take. We all
really
do Taekwondo together. We all do Taekwondo. So we're kind of, we have our moves down.
Because what cracked me up on that? I watched it several times. Was the look on your husband's face.
Well, hey, I'm gonna do a little spontaneous thing. I'm gonna play it here. So I'm gonna go back to our countdown. We'll just play it for a couple minutes so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, we're unmuted. That's awesome. So, your husband's kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. And then, and then the stair shuffle is amazing. How you did that? That's really cool.
It looks like you're bouncing off your feet. How do you do that? and on top of climbing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's very amazing. I've already gotten some comments on here that I'm doing it, and I can tell you, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. Sorry, Mona, not doing it.
If you're over 60, I think maybe what I'll do is just smile.
I'd be afraid to pull something. Shivi, you've been just absolute blessing. I want to know more about your practice and how you run everything, because I am telling you this right now, a lot of your team members are on board right now, and they're really giving you a lot of love. And so I I need to know how I can make my team love me as much as yours loves you.
Yeah,
So.
we got to work on this.
I don't know. We just really love each other. There's 15 of us in total, and 4 hygienists, 5 front office, and 3 assistants for the 3 doctors. And I don't know. I mean, our goal really is. I mean, everybody loves what we do. I mean, my assistants, like, they get so excited about glazing a posterior crown just as much as we do. You know, they really feel it, and it's so nice. And yeah, I mean, as long as we're having fun doing what we do, I think everybody feels it, you know, and we just make sure that there's always good energy in the office. If there's ever an issue at all, you know, we want to know, Tony and myself want to know first, so we can just make sure that, you know, we can deal with it right away and go away, and we can just keep doing dentistry and having fun. And yeah, we have quite a few fun events. Go to Vegas, do wine tours, and, you know, celebrate baby showers and stuff like that together. Yeah, we're really close, and we know, like I said, we know each other's the husbands and the spouses and the wives. It's really fun.
So tell me, how do you folks start your day off as a team? Just kind of walk through that and how you folks stay organized and connect and work through that process.
Yeah, so we have a morning huddle every morning, and they go through every single patient. We know, you know, who any benefit changes, who has a sibling that maybe hasn't come to the office, a birthday, anything about the patient at all, we know in the morning huddle. And so that goes on to actually a sheet of paper. We print that out. That's the only time we're not digital. And then anyone who maybe comes in a little bit later, that information is transferred to them from somebody in their same department, like a hygienist will tell a hygienist, or an assistant will tell an assistant. So everybody knows what's going on with every patient throughout the day. So it's really nice.
I really respect that, because I know that takes some work, but it also takes chemistry. And you've already mentioned how you keep your chemistry alive at the office, staying involved, showing that you care, and things like that. And I think that just really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's fun. I mean, again, everybody knows we spend so much time with our work family that we might as well enjoy it and love it.
That is so special. Well, I'm looking forward to coming back, and I've actually missed my Prime scan. Yesterday, I had to go into the office and help an oral surgeon out in town because he was working and a tool fell on his face and he busted a beautiful restoration I did a while back. And I turned on my Prime scan, and I'll tell you, peace came to my heart. Because, you know, it's just part of our life. And, you know, he was sitting there, and he's been acquainted with what I do, but it's amazing the comments that we get, just not from our patients, but other colleagues. I have a lot of clients that are dentists, and it's just amazing the comments we get with our technology. And I read an article this morning about the options that we have when we get back, and particularly with the one appointment restorative procedure. And I'm really blessed for that, aren't you?
Oh, yeah,
you know,
for sure.
with the technology we have and all that. Well, I tell you, this has been special today. We'd like to have you bless our audience and kind of give them your thoughts and give them a challenge on how to get through this emotionally and processing this. And you've blessed me this morning.
Thank you.
Chevy.
Thank you.
You've blessed us with your heart and your spirit and your smile. But what would you share with our audience, something that will help them through the rest of this day and until we get back, and even as we get back?
Well, I think, you know, as busy clinicians, family members, everything, I think we're always trying to figure out how to make more hours in our day, right? I mean, there's just never enough time. There's never enough time. But right now we have it. And so I say just enjoy it right now. You know, spend the time with the family, work on your website, take a couple of extra CEs online, paint, do whatever, because you know, when we get back, we're gonna be excited. I mean, everyone's excited to get back, and it's gonna come, and when it comes, it'll be great. But until then, I mean, just enjoy your time.
You know what? I really appreciate that. I had an earlier transition in my life where I got out of dental school. I was going into an educational path, and then I moved for for a family reason. And there was a period of about 6 months where I didn't really have a settled focus in my profession, and it used to bother me because I wanted to get going. I was 25 years old, wanting to get up and going, but I golfed a lot, and I still look back on that down transitional time as one of the best times ever, even though I didn't feel it at the time. And I'm trying to remember that, and that was your challenge to us, is that, hey, you may not get this long of a away from the office until you retire. Look at it with family, which we're with, make the best of it, keep a positive, enthusiastic attitude, and we'll look back on this time differently. And even though it's not fun to see people in the world suffering from this and the fatalities that we see, it's not a good thing. But hey, civilization keeps going, and that's when we have to dig a little deeper and make a difference in our lives as we bless other people. And you've definitely done that today.
Yes, absolutely. Shivi, you got any words for your fans? You have so many fans. It's not even fun. I can't even keep up with all the comments.
I love them all. I love you all.
Well,
my friends and family, I just love them.
So Jessica Alexander says, we're ready to kill it. Good vibes only.
Good vibes. There you go.
Good job. Yeah, Shivi, I am so honored to even know you now. I've met you and knew about you, but you just exude positive energy, and just know that you're a great leader just because you can give that emotion to others and keep doing it. You're doing the right thing. So
yeah.
What else you have for your big fan base?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Gosh. Just a random thing. For the women dentists out there, we have a Facebook page, Women Dentists Rocking Sarek. Christine Adeline and Karen Halper and I started that after we went to our first Epic meeting, and
cool.
It's just a great place to, get into posting in a smaller arena or ask questions in a safe place. That's one thing I got.
I will tell you this. I think maybe the biggest compliment is the quote I just got right now from Anil Jindal. Love you, Shivi, Dad. Is that your dad?
There you go.
Look at that. Your dad's on Facebook following you. That's pretty good. Awesome.
He just friend requested me this morning, actually. I think he just went on today.
See, it's amazing what this will do.
You're inspiring your own family. This is great.
I love it.
Family member. Yes, absolutely. Shivi,
this is for your dad right here.
Amen to that. I think we need to have Shivi back on. We need to have a special segment with her just to come in and give us the positivity from Shivi. We can make a segment for you. How about that?
And you know what? Another thing I'd love to do is that I know your office, and I know how smooth you folks run. That's an art, but you put a lot of work in to do that. And we need that in our world, particularly in dentistry, regardless of whether you are in your career, because running smooth is where it's all about.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. We will probably see you in November at the Epic Ladies meeting. It's just the Epic meeting, right? Or is it the Epic Ladies meeting? What are you guys calling it?
I think it is the Epic Ladies meeting. I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to ask Sarah on that one. But yeah, it's epic. It's just epic.
You're the greatest leader. You're going to let somebody else figure all that out. You're just going to show up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in Santa Rosa, so I'm one valley over from Napa, and it's a beautiful place up here in November.
Yeah, no, we're excited. We can't wait. It was supposed to be in 2 weeks right now, so November will be good too.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to see you guys in November. I'm clearing my schedule right now because, I don't have a schedule. I have nothing right now, but I want to make sure I have really nothing around November 11th. So, Shivi, thank you so much for joining us. James, we've got just a couple more minutes, but you're awesome. You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
Amazing
Thanks
person.
for having me.
Yes.
Yeah,
thanks.
All right. James Clem, man, that was awesome.
Fun.
That just was amazing. She's so cool.
Connecting with our colleagues, and most of these people I've been following on Facebook, but just to get a taste of their their personality and their energy that drives them, that helps me out in this period of time. And that's one reason why we're doing this. We want to pass on energy. It helps us process things, and we learn from each other. I've done this for years, and I know that the older I get, the more I know, but the less I really know, because you can learn a lot from others. And we all live this life together. We're all in it together. And I think this community that we're learning from has been a huge blessing to me. And Todd, you've been a blessing to me. By the way, I have to compliment you on the picture you took Saturday night. Do you have that where you could pop that up here right now? I made a comment under.
Go ahead. It's a Milky Way picture.
It's a Milky Way picture. And
I'll find it.
Do you have access to it? Well,
I can find it.
You know what it did to me? Knowing how much energy you put into that, well, at least getting up at night and traveling, this one, I call it the essence of calm.
Oh, yeah? Why do you say that?
Because when I was looking at it this morning, I just felt peaceful. There's something about the sky and in the galaxies out there, and I was really into astronomy as a kid. I used to build the rockets. I was really into space. In fact, I wanted to be an astronaut. And I remember landing on the moon. I'm going to
put it over our foreheads right now, so we're kind of talking behind it. This is the picture he's referencing.
Yeah.
And our eyes are just look over it. Our eyes are there. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
But hey, Todd, would you mind? I'm going to ask you something here. Would you mind sharing with our audience where you have a website for these, don't you?
I do. It's called godblesstx.com. So instead of God Bless Texas, godblesstx.com. So yeah, I have a little hobby. I take lots of pictures. So
yeah, and I think we want to celebrate that and share that with our community here, because I've been watching these over the period of time, and we got to do a cast on how you do this and how you get your bike, is part of it, right? Because your bike is in most of them.
No, well, so I just combined two hobbies. I ride my motorcycle out to take the pictures and throw it all in a backpack and just do both. But, one of the things I really like, and this may sound silly, is that when I'm setting up and I'm kind of dialing in where the stars are and everything, I'm looking at the millions of stars and how big a space we're in and how insignificant we are. And it actually makes me come back to, I'm not insignificant. It's not that I am essential. I'm an essential being, and my family's essential, and my practice is essential. And I look at it like, if you got hung up in all of the stars and how little we really are, you're going to make yourself feel insignificant. And that is not what we should be doing right now. So we are very much part of this galaxy. We are a living proof of it. And, you and I are both religious people, and I truly believe that God has made us for a purpose. And I am thankful for your friendship, my friend. So
yeah, and hey, what a good ending.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Shivi was fantastic today. I just have really enjoyed getting to know the Epic ladies, and we have more. Next here in just a little bit is Dr. Mona Patel. She's going to come on. I think she's got a little surprise for us. And then Dr. Lynn Thomas is tomorrow. So
yes,
big day. So ladies week and one dude. We had to throw one dude in there, but also another big surprise of an interview coming up that we'll let people know about soon.
No one will want to miss it if you're in dentistry.
Amen to that. All right, my friend, let's sign off to all our friends. Oh, we just hit 300 hearts. You guys are the best. And James is just like smeared in love hearts right now.
I'm feeling good. I can feel that energy. So everyone stay safe. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next webcast.